I'm going to call this meeting to order. The meeting is June 30th at 12 noon. Be it resolved that the meeting be called to order, that the agenda for the meeting be adopted as circulated. Could I have a mover, please?
I'll move it.
Councillor Bichetti moves, Councillor Campbell seconds it. We'll go right down to item number 3.1, which is the purchase of Kubota tractors.
Mr. Mayor, did you call for the vote?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I didn't, sorry. Could I have a vote, please? All in favor?
Aye.
I can't hear anything that Peter's saying. It's too quiet.
Which one?
Do you hear me now?
That's better. Can you bring it a little closer?
Sure, how's that?
Well, you're speaking to us here.
Yeah.
Let me turn off.
Okay. What are we voting on? The agenda?
Yes, we are.
To adopt the
Okay.
agenda.
In favor?
Okay. So next we go down to, in favor, so then it's any opposed, seeing none, passed, carried. Okay, go down to 3.1, purchase of Kubota tractors. Whereas the theft of the municipal mowers of John Deere the TM2 and TM7 were recorded by the municipality on June 11th, and whereas the theft has been reported to the Red River North RCMP, and an insurance claim has been filed for the replacement of the two municipal mowers with an actual cost value for the TM2 mower and a true equivalent replacement cost value for the TM7 mower. And whereas the Council of the Rural Municipality of West St. Paul is a member of the AMM Trading Company and the Canoe Procurement Group of Canada, and whereas the Rural Municipality of West St. Paul has obtained quotations for the replacement of the two mowers using the Canoe Procurement Group of Canada. Now therefore be it resolved that the Council of the Rural Municipality of West St. Paul approve the purchase of two new Kubota F2690 mowers with 72-inch rear discharge from Lawson Sales at a cost of option 1, $67,268.16 plus GST, or option 2, which includes GSP, $69,836.16 plus GST, and be further resolved that the expense be borne by the equipment reserve. Could I have a mover, please?
Gotta put it on the table first.
Okay, yeah.
I'll move.
Councilor Bichetti moves, Councilor Patacan seconds it. Anyone have any questions, concerns?
So I'm confused by your two options there. 167,000, 169. What's the difference between those two options?
GPS.
Yeah.
Oh, GPS.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's,
Sorry, I didn't hear that part, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is the insurance refund on this?
For the one more,
Right, so for Councillor Kleiber, I'll fill that in. It's in the resolution. For one mower, the TM2, it's an actual cash value. And for the TM7, it's a true equivalent replacement cost value.
Okay, what's the cash value?
That hasn't been determined. We estimate around $10,000.
So we're $30,000 down then?
We estimate, yes.
So, and what is the cash value replacement for the other one?
It's replacement cost, the entire cost.
Okay, so what you're saying is we're losing $25,000 with this insurance cost, or with this insurance money.
There will be an expense to council, and we're proposing taking that expense from the equipment reserve, as of course this was an unplanned expense for the municipality.
I'm going to ask a question here because it hasn't been asked. We haven't discussed this. Who was responsible to put those lawnmowers away when the theft occurred?
The yard was secured. The yard was secured, and I think council may want to go in camera if we're talking the specifics of the incident, but the yard was secured.
Yeah, the yard was secured, but not the equipment.
Well,
So, yeah,
I'm
would like to
not
talk about
comfortable
that.
talking about the particulars, right?
Okay, well, if we're not comfortable talking about the particulars, then we need to address it at one point or another. When did the mayor want to address that?
I don't know when would be the best, at our next meeting?
Needs to be addressed because we're taking a loss here.
Yeah, we can put it on the
It seems to
agenda.
be quite a substantial one. It looks like we're taking a loss of about $25,000.
We can address it at the next
That's
council
what it
meeting.
looks like to me, but
Mr. Mayor, it's
it has to be done,
Council-
so.
Councilor Campbell, go ahead.
It's only a loss because, you know, we're having to buy a new piece, and TM2, I believe, is not a new piece of equipment, so they're giving us actual cash value for it, so it's a loss because it was a theft. So it wasn't a new piece of equipment.
Yeah, and there has to be accountability for that as well. I believe anyways. We're taking a loss because it is I agree with you, it is an older piece of equipment, so you're not gonna get 100% cash value, but you should be getting something, decent for it. 10,000 is not really a lot, but I understand we have to do this, that's part of it, but there has to be accountability for what happened as well. So we can schedule that into one of the meetings, I would appreciate it.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else have any questions? None? So I have just one for this, for the CEO. So this is coming out of equipment reserves. I guess I'm just looking at the way the funds are gonna come into the municipality when the insurance claim comes in. So we're taking this out of equipment reserves, so it tells me that when the funds from the insurance come in, it should go back into equipment reserves? Is that what's gonna happen, or how does that work?
Well, the insurance cost will offset the expense.
That's right.
So only the true expense to the municipality will be borne from, think about this. Only the true expense to the municipality will be borne from the reserve, okay? So not the full 69,000 or 67, whatever option, right? So you're wanting only the true expense to be borne from the reserve.
Or, okay, so whatever the difference, so if we get, let's say, I'm gonna say 50 grand, no, we're gonna say 50 grand, then 19,000 will come out of reserve?
Yes, the difference will be borne by the reserve, not the full amount, because we don't need that full amount to be pulled from the reserve, right?
So when I read this here,
Well, I'm saying that revenue might be deposited in. I'm saying that the reserve account will only be decreased by that difference.
yeah, okay, so when the revenue comes in, then it will go in,
It offsets the expense.
yeah, but it will go back into reserves, or will it
Right.
go- oh,
Your
okay.
reserve is only going to be decreased by the difference between the cost and that actual cash value that one mower is being assessed in the insurance claim.
I understand what the mayor's trying to say. He understands that the net will be out of the reserve. He
Okay.
gets that piece. What he wants to know is as soon as that money comes in, it should be transferred over to the equipment reserve to offset the cost, the number that you're taking out now, which is 69.
Yes, I'm sorry if I wasn't clear, but that will be the
I was
result.
clear.
And does that need to be in the resolution?
No,
Okay, because we have a separate account for reserves and we have a separate account for
Right.
operating here. So basically what happens is it goes into that account and it is allocated by our CFO for the equipment reserve.
No, I understand. I just wanted to make sure that I was understanding this, where the reserves, that it was only gonna be expense, because it doesn't really,
Yep.
reading this here, it doesn't say that. It just says that the 69,000 will be coming out of the reserves, or it implies that the 69,000 will be coming out of reserves, which is what I can see will happen first, but then it needs to be replenished with the cash that comes in from the insurance company.
Correct.
Yes, right. And that was what I was
So-
trying to figure out, what the time frame was for that. Is that going to be when, as soon as it comes in, or is that some later time in year?
that will be completed upon receipt. We'll
Okay,
make sure that happens.
okay, good. Councilor Kleiber?
You can put a line in your resolution that just says, when monies received by received by the insurance company, those monies will be returned to the equipment reserve. You just put that in if you want.
Okay, Councillor Shetty?
But it already states in there that the cash value of one is being, the older one is getting the cash value of what it's worth now, and the other one's getting full replacement. So it's already telling us that that is being
No.
covered. Well,
Yeah,
it is on
No, it's
when I
telling you
read
the
it.
insurance is covering it, but it's not saying that the money from the insurance company is going to be returned to the reserve to cover
I-
whatever costs covered.
I think it could be a simple addition to the last clause.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Cover all the bases.
Any other questions? None? So I'm going to ask so we can put that addition into the last clause?
Yes, so we'll add to the last clause, and the monies received from the related insurance claim deposited to the same, to the equipment reserve.
Okay,
You say that very nicely. Perfect.
so I guess, any other questions or not?
I'm
None?
good as the mover with the, of that.
I'm gonna find a
changes.
seconder.
Yep.
Say that again, Councillor Paxton?
Yes, I'm good.
Good, okay. Okay, so then now I'll call for the vote. All in favor?
Are we gonna decide which one we're taking, number
Oh,
one?
sorry, yes, right.
Number one or number two?
Yes. Which does everyone prefer here? One or two? GPS or no
I
GPS?
would vote number 2 myself.
Number two?
Yeah, GPS, put it in.
Okay.
Yeah, GPS.
Okay. So then it will be option number 2 with the GPS.
Correct.
Any other, no? Okay, so I'll call for the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any
Aye.
opposed? Who counts it? Everyone? Any opposed? Seeing none? Carried. I'll close the meeting. Be it resolved that the meeting of council stands adjourned at, what time is it? 12:11 p.m. on Friday afternoon. Can I call for a mover, please?
I'll move.
Councilor Bichetti moves, Councilor Seconder,
I'll
Councilor
second.
Campbell seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Any opposed? None? Carried. Meeting is adjourned.